10 people. This is for you if you share on multiple platforms and it's one of your main goals to grow your audience. So you don't just have a core audience that you want to nurture and maybe convert into some other offers, but a main bottleneck to your business, your content, your goal is just not enough people know about you. Okay, this is me. I'll talk about what I'm building and things like that. But for now, you just got to know this workflow is based on the principle of trying things out. And then if it's working, go into another level of investment. That's why there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels here. And I'm trying to play towards my strengths and my interests, which is first of all writing, love reading, and also video. But you can apply the same workflow if you like audio, if you like music. The medium doesn't matter, but that's why I'm starting in the spot. And also some of the platforms I'm going to mention are more tech based because that's my audience. Voice just squeaked. That's embarrassing. That's my audience. That's my product. Okay, here we go. So first things first comes the idea. I didn't even write it down, but this shows up in my journal or my notebook, my digital notes on my phone, or maybe the notes app on my computer here. Then if I can put it into a link, like it already exists, I'll drop it on Hacker News real quick. If it doesn't already exist, I don't have a link to share. I just share the idea, the core idea on Reddit. This works well because Reddit people don't like it when you just spam links and are too self-promotional. But if you just share your idea on their subreddit, that's like good for them. That's good for the moderator. It feels like, you're trying to stay here and engage with this subreddit and it'll grow and they'll probably not reject it. Cool. So I started in these two spots because these people have no idea who I am and they don't really have an opportunity to get biased by my platform, my audience, my track record, whatever. Like it's anonymous. So the best idea wins. Then if it's looking well, I test it on another low effort text platform, which is X, either under my apps account or my account, depending on the idea. And this one gets a mix of a warm audience and also potential to reach out to a new audience if current followers retweet or reply, right? And I do this third because I don't want to spam my followers here with bad ideas off the gate, but I also want to use it as a testing ground. So that's where I start. Also, somewhere along the mix, I might just do it on YouTube Live. I've been loving these daily lives, so I'm doing it really frequently. So I just set up this whole diagram 10 minutes ago, and then I scheduled the live, and I made the thumbnail in 10 minutes, and now we're talking about it. So this is a great way for me to just talk it out and feel it, and then depending on how the reception of this goes, it might be a good indication or it might not. This isn't the strongest signal because a lot of the reason why people are even here is because it's from a warm audience. So it's not just as pure of a test as Hacker News and Reddit. And it also depends a lot on the title thumbnail combo to get you to click in the first place if you're new. So it doesn't hurt to just do this and test it out really quick though, especially if some people are here live and can even react. That's like awesome too. So this level is all about quick proof of concept of the idea, low effort. It's mainly for strangers because I care about their opinions most. I don't want them biased. It's concise and the goal is to validate the idea. If the idea is strong enough after this point, off to the next round. The next round is actually the highest investment in terms of time and effort, which is YouTube as a standalone video, not a live. This is a short or a long form. I do it up here because of how it'll integrate into the following levels. But if it makes it past this point, it's an idea that I really like. I feel like I've probably had some distance from the first level. I can't do this all in one session. So I've had probably a day to think about it at least. And it feels like worthy of this investment. Depending on if it's a short or a long or the timeline, I might also bring in a thumbnail designer or an editor. So just pointing out that there's more complexity here. But the goal for this is to, of course, give value to my subscribers, but also give me the opportunity to reach a wider audience again. And the tone is more professional. The tone in this first level is concise, like just pure idea. This is like, I mean, I put it in quotes because it's like, this isn't that professional of a platform, but I'm trying to be dialed in with the script, the hook, the edits, if it's a short, especially because just there's so much strong competition on this platform that I can't just be really relaxed about it. So I'm dialed in, and the goal is to grow the audience at this point because I know the idea is solid enough, and now it's time to use it to actually get new people aware that I exist and I'm doing cool stuff. Next, it's gotten past this part. It's on the internet in multiple places. Here's my drone on my notes app. Now we're going back to text. Okay, so we went to just like forum niche communities to video in my case, and now we're back to the pure text. And I will refine the language a bit based on my first two iterations and maybe some feedback I got. And now it's off to a newsletter. So I do that. I use Substack. And while I'm writing it, I'll embed the YouTube video if it's live. This is great because a lot of people are on their phone when they check the emails, and you don't want to necessarily read a whole essay if it's a long one, but maybe you do want to watch it. So you might click it, and if you forward it and the person you forward it to doesn't want to read the whole thing or isn't subscribed to my YouTube, maybe this is a way where I can get them into my universe in like an elegant way. And it just looks good. It looks professional. So Substack has good integration for embedding YouTube videos. Right, then you get an email. The subscribers get an email. So this is medium effort because I'm kind of repurposing finally now instead of starting from scratch. It's casual and more like whimsy, goofy, more personality there because email is such an intimate communication, and these people have opted in to hearing from me. So I feel like I can relax a little bit and not be so dialed in with just the language. I'll throw in some humor or some inside jokes maybe, or like a meme, or just get away with a little more. And the goal is to just strengthen that relationship. Okay, so keep them warm. Make sure they know I still exist. Next, LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I turn it into social post. This is actually low effort. This is for my network, obviously, and it's semi-casual. So I don't start here because most of my followers on LinkedIn right now, they like know me. Like we know each other in real life versus followers. Like as me as a content creator, there's still that, but like in proportion, it's a lot of people who just like actually know me. And so I don't want to just spam them with like my app or my content because it might not be super interesting to them to have it so much. It's more like they want to hear about me and stay connected to me and have that network value. So I keep it semi-casual, and I try to just, again, strengthen the relationship. I don't pitch too hard. I'm trying to probably cut it down a bit and just, again, let them know I'm here, give them an opportunity to engage with me. Finally, this is the part where it gets a little tricky for me, a little painstaking. I know there's a way to optimize it because just an hour ago I was trying to do this and actually struggling. But at this point, forums will be gone, or I'll be irrelevant on Reddit or Hacker News in a matter of seconds, minutes, hours, days. My content will be irrelevant on YouTube. hopefully not out until like a year or two, but could be a day, could be a week. In the email, they're just going to mark it as done, or like they're not going to come back to it and reference it every day. And in LinkedIn, same dynamics as over with Reddit probably. At this point, if it's a solid idea and it applies well to my app, then I want to lock it in. I want to get SEO traffic for it. I want to improve my domain authority. I want to just have it out there forever, as long as it's like evergreen, and just for the internet, the AIs to know like, hey, this is good content and we want to send people to this site. So this is medium effort because I'm repurposing, but I am still having to add tags, keywords. Might have to do some research there to find what the best ones are that I can compete on. You have to add alternative titles to make sure it shows up right in search results. You just have to sign into more stuff. The way I'm trying to set it up now is I have a custom site that I code using the common platform Next.js, and I'm trying to have a CMS, which is a second or a third-party platform where I just write the content and then they handle the formatting and making sure it shows up on my app or my website in the right way. But we're already dealing with two platforms here. One platform to host the website plus my code, and then another platform to host the blog content and back it up, and the integrations. It's a lot. So the tone here is probably more semi-casual since my app is consumer facing right now. And the goal is leads, main thing, and brand. So zooming out here, idea comes in my head. I write it down. I'm like, okay, maybe this is helpful. Post on some niche communities, and then maybe just talk about it if I'm on YouTube Live shortly, or in person even. If I'm going to some event, I could bring it up and test out how people are reacting to the idea. Then the idea is solid enough. I still like it after a few days. Then I plan a video, YouTube video for it. Then, still going well. Then I want to push this into people's palms or in front of their eyes, depending on what screen they're looking at, via the email. Then I'm already pretty bought in on the idea. So I'm like, I might as well post it on LinkedIn, but I'll format it differently so it's digestible and it's helpful for people who kind of are just fans of me and not too salesy with the content. So I'll tone down the content. I'll tone up the personality a bit. Finally, I'll do the opposite as I add it to the app's blog if it applies topically. So I'll probably take out some of the goofiness from the email. I'll make it really nicely structured because I'm mostly trying to impress the bots and crawlers and AIs. And then it's on the website. Cool. That's the workflow. Pros of this are that there's levels in at each level. You have to reflect a bit and see if this is still worth your time. It allows you to break out a bit if you hit it right on Reddit or Hacker News, for example, or X, or even LinkedIn or YouTube, of course. But also, if you're whiffing on all those, you can, and the idea is still valuable. So maybe it's just the packaging or the timing or who knows why it's not taken off with strangers. You can still get it in people's inbox. And these people, if they have a habit of opening your stuff, will skim it at least and will probably get some value from it if it's a good idea. So it's hard to completely strike out everything here. And then the blog part is massive if you're like a bootstrapped setup where you're okay to invest some pain up front and just keep grinding at this for a payoff like at least 5 months down the line. But it'll keep paying off. So if you're writing evergreen content like I kind of try to do, I stay away from news. I stay away from trends. I try to stick to the basics. So having it on a blog makes a lot of sense for me, and it's fun to write. It's fun to write. The blog is not dead. The vlog is not dead. I think they're coming back. Actually, I think they will more, but that's for another video. Cons of this approach. It's a lot to keep in your head. I had to spend some time even making this diagram, and without having this, I bounce between these levels, and I try to like do it all in one day, and my mind was just so scattered. And I think it's better to break it up to just mitigate some of that context switching, because this is a lot of sign-ins, a lot of platforms, it's a lot of credentials, it's a lot of posting, a lot of notifications, different spots. So it's just a lot. But again, the goal is to get new people aware of you, and there's new people all over the internet. So I'm trying to just show up to them with the best kind of packaging I have, and give them as many opportunities as I can to get some usefulness from the things I'm creating. Speaking of, what I'm doing this for is for my app. My app is called Compass Calendar. It helps ambitious minimalists get control of their day by planning it out in a simple but also unique way. So this is open sourced. I've been coding it a lot, but recently I've been marketing it as it's gotten to a better level of maturity and stability. And every day for the last, looks like day 36 now, I've been live streaming it right on here, just doing something mostly like a high leverage task or sharing what I've learned. So today, what happened, we talked about content workflow. If you're watching in 2025 still, then subscribe and follow along in the next one. If not, subscribe anyway. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.